What kind of stuff are they giving you the most trouble about in terms of censorship? Nudity or
like waking up?
Just getting out of bed in the morning?
They just have it in their minds that they want to hire somebody, but they don't want any communication made. You know, they want to like make you into something. I don't know. It's like, I guess it goes into white homes. They're worried about that a lot.
What do they? Yeah, you know, it's funny. Gwen Barrett, our associate producer, sometime producer, is black. You know, and Carmen Matias is
You have
Hispanic.
to be colored to be on television. You can't,
Yeah, colored.
Yes, you can't be black. You have to have a little colored in there. Just a taste.
Tad.
Yeah, just to keep it interesting for America.
Yeah. Well, she said, we were talking about your humor, that your humor offends white people. And I'm not that easily offended. Like, I'm not coming from a spot where Richard Pryor is going to offend me. I think you have humor that makes us see a lot of the truth and laugh at things we wouldn't normally laugh at. I think that's part of what you're doing. I think so. What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism.
What's up, people? It is me, Crimson60620, and I am glad that you guys are here, and I'm glad that you guys have taken the time to spend this wonderful Sunday afternoon here with me today. What's up, Kat? What's up, Vegeta? Thank you guys. Like, two of my most faithful followers. Yes, your Lord has arrived. I don't even know why I'm acting this way. Anyway, what's up, guys? How is everybody doing? It's Sunday, and well, seeing that I have the normal my Sunday off, I felt it's time for me to actually do a little bit more videos. I think I'm on a roll with the amount of videos that I've actually been doing lately. This is gonna be like a grab bag stream, like. What is it? A potluck stream. This is what I should call it. A potluck stream, because I'm just going to be talking about a couple different things. And even working on some motherfucking art. So, yeah, you're going to get all of that and more today. Here at the Crimson 60620 channel. Or Twitch channel. Or Facebook channel. Or I don't even fucking know. So, what's everybody been up to today? I spent my normal Sunday, I spent my Sunday like I normally do, which is heading to the gym and, things of that nature. Which I always find fucking fun and enjoyable. I spend the first part of my day, like, really trying to wear myself out. But, then I go to the gym. No, fuck. Oh, God. I, like, low-key, yeah, I had to change the background because if you actually look at the side where it's not animated anymore, it's been better. It's been better. But low key, yeah, today I am actually getting used to working a 4-day fucking week. Like the week before Christmas, I had a 4-day week. Christmas week, I had a 4-day week. Oh my God, next week I'm gonna have a 4-day week. Shit, man. These fucking capitalists better, man, these fucking capitalists know what the fuck they do, because, man, this is why they don't want us to have fucking healthcare, because we get used to that shit and demand more and shit. So fuck them. Fucking idiot. Oh my God. So how's everybody doing? Everybody get some good Christmas presents? I know I did. I was left the fuck alone from ignorant people. Best Christmas present there is. Although it's actually been funny. So, usually I don't get up and, like, I'm not a Twitter scroller, like, but, like, I've been actively trying to watch Twitter more now and do shit on Twitter because I like stirring shit. Get better, cat. Weighted blankets are fucking awesome. I've seen those and I've heard testimonies from weighted blankets. They're fucking awesome. But yeah, I've been Twitter like shit posting, and it's like I did not realize the amount of like I didn't realize just the amount of like neoliberals that are on Twitter. Like, dude, I had people talking shit about Nina Turner and how she's a lobbyist and how she had like dude, like your avatar, your Twitter handle says $600 is not enough to pay my rent, but you're criticizing somebody who literally says we should have had the Canada system. Like, how the fuck does that equate? Like, for real, dog? For real. But neoliberals got a neoliberal, right? They think because they're in management, they made it. Because they have some cushy desk job, they fucking made it. Here's the thing: you're just as you're just as disposable as the rest of us, motherfuckers. I'm just saying. Neoliberals, I don't know. Like, and I feel bad for them. I feel bad because they want to make fun of conservatives and like say what you will. You want to say that I've had so many No. Oh God. But say what you will about like conservatives. At least they know they have a cult of personality. So many neoliberals don't realize they have a cult of personality that they justify so much shit because they're better. God. Okay, so Nina Turner, Nina Turner, which is an Ohio State senator, and she is trying to run for the U.S. House of Representatives, and it's the neoliberals are just they're coming out with knives because she was a Bernie Buster. Not Bernie Buster, but she was a campaign co-chair for Bernie Sanders. And it's just like this vitriol. And like, oh my God, like, really, guys? Really? You're literally hating on, like, 4 months ago, you were all, Kay have this and Kamala this. But she was a fucking cop. But somebody who was like, yo, voting for Joe Biden is like eating a bowl of shit. No matter how much sprinkles you put on it, it's still like eating a bowl of shit. And you're mad at her for that? When literally it is every fucking progressive promise that Joe Biden promised before the election, he is now turning around and backtracking on. First it was student loan forgiveness, then it was only $10,000 worth of student loan forgiveness. Then it was like, nah, fuck that because reasons. Even though we said he was the motherfucker that wrote the bankruptcy bill that allows you not to charge off your student loan debt. Like, it's almost as if we knew who this motherfucker was. And neoliberalism leads to fucking fascism. Like, fuck me. Like, how do you ever actually do this? How do you think this way and think you're better than conservatives that you say vote against their own interests? No, you're not one of the rich motherfuckers. No, it was Bernie or Bust, not Busted for Bernie. I think that'd be a good Pornhub category. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. Oh, God. She's, center left. International center left, not American center left. Oh, God. So, let's actually get into it, guys. Let's fucking get into it. So this is one of the interesting things about these people, and God, this is a great segue. This is one of the interesting things about the neoliberals and the people that were mad at the that were categorized as defund the police. When you bring up some of the shit that you see for police, then it's just like, this is what we're talking about. When we say, us here on the left that actually say, yo, police need to not only just be reformed, but like drastically overhauled to the point where defund the police doesn't seem bad, you get shit like this. Here, let me bring it up. Now, this video is old, but it was just resurfaced by, I think it was the Appeal. It was submitted to a online news magazine, and okay. Look. Why is this not playing? Let me try to refresh it. Bear with me, guys. Now, this is a Boston police sergeant. Now, he doesn't realize that his friend's body camera is running. And listen to what the fuck he says. Let's take a listen.
Grenadier to Ponce, Tremont, Grenadier to Ponce, Tremont.
Dude, I drove down street. There was an unmarked state police cruiser. They were all fucking around. So I overcommit. So I got to fucking Tremont Park, and I was in the middle of fucking. So then I had to fucking keep coming, fucking running. I'm fucking hitting people with the car. Did you hear me? I was like, get the fucking.
Like, this motherfucker is bragging that he's hitting people with a car, so much so that his guy said stop. He puts his head on his head and turns the camera. Like, the fuck? He's bragging about running people over with a car. Fuck! Like, and you say how do you say it's only a few bad apples when he's bragging about the shit and smiling about the shit? How comfortable is he to say, like, yo, man, I was playing Grand Theft Auto with protesters? Fuck. Let's continue.
On. This thing is. Oh no! I know. What I'm saying is, though, they were in front, didn't hit anybody, and, just drive.
Like, do you see this shit? Like, he had to tell him it's on, and he came back and completely cleared that shit up. Like,
it's all shit. My windows were closed. The shit was coming in the fucking way. It was piss. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Crazy, dude. Push this crowd back.
Wait. It's justification to hit somebody with a vehicle because they were throwing piss and shit at you? Wait, what? Fuck, wait, what? How? Fucking how? How? Wait, let's hear him explain some more shit.
This thing just fucking went on automatically. Huh? This thing just went on fucking automatically.
Like, do you, like, wow. Like, how? How are you proud about this shit? How are you proud about this shit? And people wonder why it's not just black people out there anymore. People wonder why it's like, oh shit, fucking Portland is like having this shit crazy. And he's mad because, oh shit, it turned on automatically. Bro, like, what are being said when the shit is off? Like, for real, what is being said when the shit is off? That video that I fucking did, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday, where I was talking about how fucking cops were like, well, they don't like us for some reason because you're doing shit like this, and it's been for the last 60, 70 years. Y'all been doing shit like this. How? Fuck, how? How? But it's the black people's fault. They've been lying about this shit. No, they've been lying. They must have been doing something. This is why I can't stand neoliberals' perspective of, well, no, we don't want to get rid of the cops. They're protecting. They awesome because they're protecting our so-called riches. Man, fuck. Oh God. Yeah, you know what? I have watched Dang Daddy, and his videos about when he was a cop are fucking awesome. They're fucking awesome, and I would encourage everybody to go and watch that channel. It's actually fucking awesome, and yeah, like, God, shit. But anyway, guys, like, I wanted to actually catch up on that one because it was. I want to catch up on that one because it was one of those ones where it was pretty obvious of what motherfuckers really think about us. And quite frankly, it's really heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking that people just have this idea that, oh, cops are awesome and great until it's them out there. But anyway, guys, we're gonna keep rolling. And definitely. I want to actually go and let's go to another video. So going from one particular incident to the next. So I fucking hate people that they try to whitewash history and make things look a lot better than what they normally do. And usually we see this shit with certain things like how certain political figures may be a lot more de-radicalized than what they actually were. When you see like how they try to make Martin Luther King as some just pacifist that just believed in non-violence and was totally against everything. By the way, oh my God. Side note, y'all. I think Destiny has actually lost it. I was actually watching him and Bobby Farino's video that they did about a few months back, where you talk about when he was talking about the protests, and the shit was just crazy. Like, it's one of those things where you get those professional managerial classes, motherfuckers, or people close around that area. God, I fucking hate Destiny. So this whole idea of people in power that try to fucking whitewash things or make things a little bit better, it's one of those things where it's just like, I fucking hate them, especially when they have a deceptive fucking idea about shit. So I know this video has been making the rounds, and here, let's go to it. This is our good buddies here at PragerU. Now, if you don't know what PragerU is, it's an online, billionaire laundromat. I mean, it's an online propaganda mill. I mean, it's an online YouTube channel that puts out propaganda because they're funded by billionaire oil executives and shit. And let's look at an unsung hero of the Civil War. Why don't we go and do this?
Who was Robert E. Lee?
Yes, they're saying who was Robert E. Lee.
Statues of great historical figures like Robert E. Lee are being torn down across America. Here are some facts about Lee that remind us why his statue should remain.
Fuck! He was a fucking traitor. Robert E. Lee was a fucking traitor. He was a traitor. He was a traitor. He was a fucking traitor. That motherfucker should have been hung. But we will thank you for Arlington National Cemetery. It's almost as if you cause hundreds of thousands of deaths. People should take your property. I wonder who has property who has been the cause of hundreds of thousands of deaths recently. Fuck. Let's continue.
Robert E. Lee was connected to George Washington through his father, Light Horse Harry Lee, Washington's cavalry commander, and his wife, Martha Washington's great-granddaughter.
So, being a slave-owning piece of shit runs in the family? Like, the fuck? And yes, I call George Washington a slave-owning piece of shit. Anytime that you actively try to reset your clock on keeping your slaves when they should be free, then you're a slave-owning piece of shit. The fuck? Like, how is this a thing? How is this a thing where we don't put this shit in history books like we need to? But no, it gets better. It gets better. Let's hear more about Robert E. Lee.
Lee's home at Arlington House was just 10 miles from Washington's Mount Vernon. Today, it is the site of Arlington National Cemetery.
Notice they don't say why it's the site of Arlington National Cemetery. He didn't just donate that shit. He had it confiscated. Like, for real. Lee's properties was confiscated because he led the fucking rebels. But let's continue.
After 30 years of military service, Lee led U.S. Marines to crush the attempted slave rebellion by radical abolitionist John Brown in.
This is not a good thing! This is not a good thing. This is not a good thing. You led a... Oh my God. Oh my God. So when you led a rebellion against the United States, should you have been crushed? Like, I don't see the statues of John Brown because he wanted to free the brown people. But he's praised for leading a crushing slave rebellion? What the fuck? How? How is this a thing? But a rebellion to, protect slavery. Oh, fuck that. He's a motherfucking hero. In
October 1859, 21 co-conspirators had seized a federal armory, and all of them were killed or captured, including John Brown, who was tried and hanged for treason.
God damn! Like, where's the how? How? The fuck? How? Hang for treason. For a rebellion. Fuck. But let's continue.
Lee deemed slavery a moral and political evil in any country, but considered it a greater evil to the white man than to the black race, since
You're making me beat you, so I'm hurt. It hurts me more than it does you for me to beat you. Like, for real. If you thought it was an evil, if you literally thought it was an evil to have for people to have slaves, Why did you keep slaves, Robert E. Lee? Why? Why did you keep slaves? If you thought it was evil, why would you keep slaves? Oh my God. It looks like Tucker Carlson's writer actually has found a home in PragerU, right? Fuck. Let's continue.
Blacks are immeasurably better off here than in Africa. Opposing secession, Lee foresaw no greater calamity for the country than a dissolution of the Union.
But he led the fucking rebels as a general. What the fuck now?
Virginia succeeded in a close vote. Lee resigned his commission. Despite offers to command Union forces, Lee opted to organize the defense of his native state. After 4 years as Confederate commander, Lee became an icon of reconciliation upon his surrender. As president of Virginia's...
He didn't just surrender because, oh, we don't like it. He was beat like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. He literally was beat. It wasn't that, oh my God. Oh. Wow. Wow.
Washington College, he favored education for freed slaves but opposed their right to vote.
Oh shit. This shit is like wow. Wow. Oh. Wow. 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 Wait. You wanted free slaves educated, but you didn't want them to vote? I wonder why. Oh, God. Let's continue.
Lee died from a stroke in 1870.
Wait, no. He should have died being hung as leading a rebellion. He should have died as a traitor. He was a fucking traitor. He was a traitor. But let's continue.
Is buried beneath Lee Chapel in what's now Washington and Lee University. His legendary warhorse Traveler rests in a plot nearby.
Oh my God. Is it just me? Or does like they took the mask and threw it all the way over to the next county? Like, I don't fucking get it. Oh my God. And then they try to have some upbeat music. Robert E. Lee was a horrible fucking human being. He was a horrible human being. And quite frankly, for people to actually sit back and think that he did something good because he was a historical figure that actually had a fucking statue with him. Like, no, that's not how this shit works. But anyway, guys. Whew. Man. I tell you this. Motherfuckers who want to... Like, the statues weren't even put up after the Civil War. Like, it's a symbol of people putting up statues so black, brown people know their place. And that's the thing. And that goes with all these people who think that they're in management that says, well, no, the police should tell you what to fucking do. Or no, you should listen to the government because they're feeding our needs. Oh, no, you should listen to the rich people because they're feeding our needs. Man, fuck these people that expect you to live under their fucking heel because it's more comfortable than them. Fuck these people. Anyway, guys. Oh God, this has been a fucking God. I saw parts of that video, but just like watching this shit. Wow. Oh God. So, let's continue. Let's keep going. I'm gonna ask you guys. Do you want to hear some great pieces of advice, or do you just want to dive into the shit? It's chat's choice. The chat's choice of either diving into shit or hearing some great pieces of advice. God, because I want to actually before I get streaming, like let's hear some good news. Let's hear some fucking good news. Okay, all right, we're gonna go to some good news this time, or at least where we don't have to actually hear about just bullshit. Okay, so one of my journeys to the left was actually watching a couple different professors. Wow. One, which Mark Blythe, which if you guys recognize the video, is the guy who talks about, and part of my intro is he does the talked about what happened with Brexit. Another one is Professor Richard Wolff. Now, Professor Wolff actually is a very outspoken Marxist economist. He is somebody who always talks about how it's more beneficial economically to switch to Marxism. And for the means of production, he has a lot of great things. He also has co-founded a channel, Democracy at Work, where he does a show called Economic Update. Now, if you go back on my videos, you actually see where I've actually covered some of this channel. But seeing that we're coming to the end of the year, this is not necessarily a criticism video, but it's a lesson that we can learn from the crisis year 2020. Let's go. This music slaps.
Welcome, friends, to another edition of Economic Update, a weekly program devoted to the economic dimensions of our lives.
Let's turn it up just a little bit.
Jobs, incomes, debts, ours, and our children. I'm your host, Richard Wolff. I want now, since we're nearing the end of the year, to produce a list and go over it with you of some of the extraordinary events of an extraordinary year. More than most, we have been buffeted by major social changes, many of them bringing to a head problems that have been bubbling not far below the surface for a long time.
So this is actually interesting. Like, if you actually go back and watch like news outside or things that doesn't just focus on around the US, you'll realize that a lot of the protests that we saw, a lot of the economic protests, a lot of the brutality protests didn't just happen in the US. It wasn't just one city or just two cities. It was global. You saw countries where they threw out fascists. You saw countries where they threw out neoliberal concerns. Like, it's not just a couple of cities in the US. No, this has been a global phenomenon fighting against a global rise of fascism or neo-fascism. And the thing about it is, people need to be aware that they're not alone. This is the reason why you see a lot of unions. Unionization was actually really good because people weren't alone. And things are happening across the globe with a lot of these problems. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's continue.
And I want to approach them and talk with you about them by focusing on what the mass media, the mainstream media, have either failed to notice or handled in a way that leaves much to be desired. Let me begin with what will obviously be the appropriate starting point. Two nearly simultaneous crises hit this year. Hit the United States, but hit large parts of the world over this last year. And you know what they are. One is the economic crash of global capitalism. Here in the United States, it started, according to the National Bureau of Economic Research, in February. A month later, in March, here in the United States, the second crisis hit.
Exactly.
That of COVID-19.
Now, here's the thing. He said the U.S. Statistics Bureau of Statistics Bureau of Statistics said it was in February, but in truth, it was happening. The seeds of the economic crash were already happening the previous July, where the 10-year versus 2-year bonds actually flipped for a minute, and the thing about it is, it was happening before the crash, and it was happening before the actual crash, like it did in Black Tuesday or any other times when you see the economic crash turns. The signs were already there. The signs were like just, and you saw people actually fleeing from the markets, going to safe harbors like the U.S. Treasury bonds, and the shit was just happening. So it was happening so out in the open, but the fucking media didn't say shit about it. But you saw that stock market going up. But yeah, you're right. And not only has Walmart done anti-union propaganda, fucking Amazon actually have spies working for the company trying to find out what employees are saying.
I want to give the dates because right off the bat, here is a problem. COVID did not cause the crash.
Exactly.
The crash happened before COVID got here. The crash was worsened. The crash was triggered in some places, but it wasn't caused by this virus. And that's itself one of the key lessons I want to underscore. Capitalism, as I have pointed out many times, and this is well known by economic historians, has been around a good 250, 300 years, starting in England and spreading to the rest of the world. Over that time, and everywhere, it has crashed, on average, every 4 to 7 years.
And think about it. Every 4 to 7 years, every 4 to 7 years, you see a crash, and then they call it a recession. But sometimes those crashes are so fundamentally just horrible. It's fuck. Like the crash that we just had. Before that, the housing crisis, which they did nothing but pump just extra liquidity, extra money into the system to make sure that the hedge fund managers, the big banks were actually okay, while everybody else on Main Street lost their homes, lost everything. And so much so, you see all of these motherfucking big banks buy up homes that used to be owned by people, and it disproportionately affected black and brown people to the point where now the rental market is bigger than the housing sector. And before the 2008 crash, the dot-com crash, they know what the fuck is going on, but every time it comes up that, oh, it's just a crash, it's just a small crash. It's built into the fucking system that crashes happen. And you know what? The fucked up part about it is, when we had Keynesian economics, at least that fucking lessened the blow and extended out that time. But we're so much on laissez-faire capitalism that motherfuckers are like, and they're buying into it like it's just an acceptable risk. Sometimes they're billionaires, and the rest of us deals with abject poverty.
So often and so regular are these breakdowns that they have a whole host of names. I'm going to list them once and then not repeat them. Crash, bust, crisis, recession, downturn, depression. You get the picture? We have many words because we have, unfortunately, many experiences. The COVID-19 crisis shouldn't be called that. It's a capitalist crisis that has occurred together with a public health disaster.
Exactly.
That's capitalism's worst nightmare, that one of these crashes would happen in the economy together with something in another part of society, and it would be too much. That's what we're living through.
Exactly.
If a crash happens every 4 to 7 years, and if the last one happened in the United States in 2008, guess what? We were already overdue. 2008, add 7 years, is 2015. We got away with no crisis until 2020. The stock market and financial press were all aware that we were overdue. If it hadn't have been COVID, it would have been something else, as it always has been.
Exactly.
So, what was the reality of 2020? Two crises, excuse me, overlapping: COVID and capitalism. But it was the capitalist system that made the response to these crises so bad. Let me explain.
All right, I love this explanation. I've heard this. I haven't watched this video before, guys, but I've heard this explanation. And listen to the way he explains it, and listen to, not only does it work for what's happening with COVID, but think about how it happens with grocery store stuff or different things that and you'll hear it and you'll make sense.
We weren't ready for the virus. Even though we've had viruses throughout human history, we've had a terrible virus in 1918, we've had recent virus disasters, Ebola, MERS, SARS. I mean, there is no excuse for being unprepared. And what does prepared mean? Having stockpiled and produced all the tests, all the masks, all the gloves, all the ventilators, all the hospital units we need. We didn't. We didn't have them. We still, as I'm speaking to you, don't have them. Why not? Do we have companies that can produce all of that? Yes. But they didn't. And you know why they didn't? Because that's not how capitalism works. They didn't because it wasn't profitable. Think about it. Understand then. I try to. It doesn't pay to produce, say, masks as an example. Produce millions of them, and then what? Stick them in a warehouse. In a warehouse, you have to pay for that storage. Then you have to pay for someone to monitor them, because if they get dirty, they have to be cleaned. If they wear out, they have to be replaced. And for how long will you have to expend money for all of this? Answer, who knows? The next terrible virus could be 2 years or 20 years from now. That's an enormous risk. It isn't profitable to do production like that and take such risks. So private companies who could have didn't.
All right, so I'm going to stop him right here, and I'm going to give an explanation of what I mean by you can see it across the sector. Listen to what he said, and I know I got it at 1.5. So basically, he is saying that if we would have stockpiled shit, instead of leaving it to private citizens to stockpile shit, literally, companies would have like, well, I'm not making any money right now, so fuck it. Oh well. Why should I overproduce? This whole thing of, well, we need to create our artificial demand for it, but not too much. And as soon as it becomes too much, it's a fucking problem. Let's make it really something mundane. Something really fucking mundane. Let's say you have a video game company that is literally in business to make video games to sell people and on their consoles. Sony, Nintendo, it doesn't even fucking matter. They all do the bullshit. You literally have it where they don't overproduce, or they don't set a production line enough ahead of time to where there's shit sitting on the shelves. Because we've commodified sitting products on the shelf. Like literally, we've commodified people buying shelf space. And that shit is trivial. Yes, they make their money because they sell it to a store, but scalpers come in and buy the shit up. So the people who really want it are forced to deal with scalpers and shit like that. And that's trivial shit. That is trivial shit. Little trinkets, little knickknacks, collector's items, that's trivial shit. But what if it's something more important? Like, I don't know, a run on toilet paper. It is the same shit that stores do for food, for toilet paper, for all that. Because they have what's called on-time delivery. On-time delivery means we don't have a back room of stock where shit can actually sit back there for a while. As soon as we get it in there, if you go into a store and you seen that as soon as they get shit in, they putting the shit back up because they don't want to store the shit in the back. Even though they've built buildings where they have storerooms, they don't want to store that shit in the back because it's not up front, it's not making profit. And we live in a place where people are literally, where companies, are literally like if the trucks would have stopped, we've all would have been fucked at the beginning of this pandemic. And the trucks were so close to being stopped that the Army has contingency plans for if commercial trucks are stopped. That's fucked up. And that is like, yeah. Fuck, let's continue.
Because it wasn't profitable. They invested their money in something else, which is what capitalism urges them to do. So we didn't have the materials ready. We were unprepared because a private capitalist system works that way. During the year, I explained that we know this. This is not a mystery what I'm telling you. You know how we know it? Because there's another industry, the military, that works the same way. Private companies cannot produce a missile, put it in a warehouse, monitor it, secure it, make sure it's operative, and then what? Wait for who knows how many years until the next military need arises? No company's going to do it. Too risky, not profitable enough.
Well, all they do is buy a couple of senators and actually force some kind of conflict. But we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. Let's continue.
So we have a solution. The government comes in, buys all the missiles and tanks and airplanes, and then at government expense, that is at your and my expense, the government stockpiles it, monitors it, guards it, keeps it in order. Isn't that interesting? You know what this is called? The socialization of the costs of the military. But we didn't have a government that similarly socialized the costs of public health. And we are living the disaster that follows from that. This is a system in which the ideology of the governing parties, both Republican and Democrat, is that somehow the private sector is best. Leave it to the private sector. You see, they are efficient and all of that. We are dying at record numbers because the private sector isn't efficient.
It's one of those things where some of the best things that you have in your fucking life were government funded. Memory foam, government funded. Internet, government funded. Fuck. Like, the roads are government funded. Like, but you want to privatize everything because privatization doesn't make things better. It doesn't even market it better. It just makes money for corporations. But fuck. Capitalism good? I don't know. Let's continue.
At securing public health. It's a big, fat failure at doing that. And the government, instead of compensating for the failure of private capitalism, made it worse by deferring to a private capitalism that was unprepared, and now to make matters worse, is similarly unprepared to contain the virus. Let me explain again. The solution to the virus, in terms that we have learned from other countries, much less wealthy than ours, is to lock down everything, stop everything. Share the burden with everybody, stop everything. We could have done that the way South Korea and Taiwan and the People's Republic and Australia and New Zealand and many others did. To understand, lock down, shut it down, and then you can stop the virus, and then you can resume your economy. No, we didn't do that in this country because the ideology, the government shouldn't step in, but nobody else can coordinate that. We should leave it to the private sector, said Mr. Trump and the Republicans, and the Democrats didn't say much different. And
this is fucking true. Because everybody wanted my freedom. I'm a gun-toting patriot for the country. Okay, cool. Put on the mask and stay at home. The fuck now? You can't take my freedom. Like, literally, that is the shit that you fucking saw. Let's continue. Let's continue.
And so we left it to the private sector, and you see, you're living in or dying in the results. Why didn't we have a lockdown? Because private companies didn't want to lose the profit. They wanted to keep functioning. They wanted you in the store. They wanted you in the office. They wanted you to do what was necessary to keep the economy going. And the end result is our economy isn't going. Because there isn't a trade-off between the two. There's no option. You got to deal with the virus or it will deal with you. And we are the world's worst example of how not to handle a virus. And because of capitalists wanting to make money. Let me give you an example. The mass of people and the mass of stores can't pay rent. So we've allowed many of them not to for a while. But of course, that jeopardizes the landlords whom they're not paying rent to. So they're in trouble. So what do? They try to offload their difficulty onto the banks from whom they borrowed and to whom they don't want to repay loans because their tenants aren't paying rents. And then the banks are in trouble. And this is crazy. Stop it all. Tell the tenants not to pay. Tell the landlords, don't you pay. And take care of the banks with the Federal Reserve, which we know how to do. And so we lock everything down and we share the burden. Really, not just verbally, but really.
So this is what I don't get. There are countries all across the world that actually did better for their citizens. If you want to say Germany, like 80% of the unemployment was covered by their centralized government. Well, we don't even have to go across the fucking pond for this shit. You know, Canada, USA North, and somebody called it. God, that motherfucker was stupid. The fuck? In Canada, they were giving $2,000 a month and canceling rent payments because they cared about their citizens. God damn. This shit is just like, in Canada is not as rich as we are. They're not. Fuck. Like, fuck. Let's continue.
The government can do that. The government could have done that. But our government didn't do it. And that's not because the government is remiss. It is, but that's not the reason. The reason, again, is this deference to private capitalism, as if it doesn't require the government to intervene. We are living through and we are dying as a result of this ideology of the capitalism first and foremost. Don't be fooled. As the costs, as they are mounting, of this deference to capitalism hits the minds of the American people, there will be a turn against capitalism that will shake it to its foundations.
So, one of the things that people like Richard Wolff, people like his friend Dr. Cornel West, they're not like some of these doomers that you get, or these people that's like, oh, let it burn all down, and like, no, they are literally saying, motherfucker, like, change or they will be coming. That's the thing. You, like, people who have generally seen and lived through some of the harshest shit, or have actually been to see people suffer through, like, some of the worst shit in the world. Fuck, forgive me for these people that sit back and think, oh, no, we should just let it all burn down, and 4 years later, we can just elect people. That's not how this shit works. People die when you are indifferent to the situation, or you want it to get worse in order to bring in your quote-unquote revolution. This shit is not good. You have to care about people, or your revolution is for nothing. And that's why I listen to people like Richard Wolff, because they care about people, because that's what you're doing this shit for. But let's continue.
If there's any lesson of this year, that's the one I would underscore. The next big event happened mostly the last month or two of the year, and I want to talk about it because it's international, as well as here in the United States. There were major popular rebellions against everything I've just said. The deference to private capitalism, allowing the governments of capitalist societies to basically deflect the anger of people suffering low incomes, suffering bad jobs, suffering unemployment, suffering the COVID virus, and it's coming together with the crash of capitalism. The attempt of these governments to deflect people's anger, righteous anger, justified anger, onto some scapegoat. Let me go through the rebellions against that, because they also point to a new future.
All right, so this is actually pretty good because it lets you know that what we are feeling here in America isn't just isolated to us. And we're gonna actually hear about some of this. So let's go.
Masses of people in France are in the streets as I speak to you, fighting against their kind of Trump-like government, President Macron. He has been doing two things, classic: deflect the anger of the French over COVID and the economic crash by scapegoating Muslims. That's popular these days. And also by telling people they can't photograph the police when they do misdeeds. And the people are in the streets of France. The Yellow Vest movement is rejuvenated. Mr. Macron is isolated. He's already had to withdraw one of those measures about the police. And it's because of popular rebellion. Masses of people in Poland suffer.
So let's talk about the Yellow Vest. Oh, this is fun. This is fucking fun. This is fucking amazing, right? So, because people in France actually care about their citizens, you actually have to have a yellow vest, especially when you may have some issues in your car, so you carry the shit. And Macron actually tried to put a motherfucking tax, an extra tax on gas, where gas there is, like in a lot of European countries, are higher than what we pay here. And motherfuckers would sit back and light flares and sit their cars in the middle of this road and just like, yo, fuck this. Like, that's where the yellow vest movement comes from. The protests. There were protests over George Floyd. There were protests internationally over the fact that cops were just mercilessly killing people here in the U.S. Because they're doing it every fucking where. They're doing it everywhere. It's not just here in the U.S. Police brutality is a problem across the fucking globe because of neoliberalism. But let's continue.
Economic decline and COVID have decided they don't want the government's punishing of abortion and going to extreme anti-abortion. They're in the streets changing everything. The United States voted out Mr. Trump. And in India, 250 million people staged a general strike on the 26th of November. 250 million. That's 3/4 of the population of the United States against Mr. Modi. And I'll have more to say about that.
250 million motherfuckers got together. It's like, stop fucking us over. Stop fucking us over. And Modi lost his shit. Because here's the thing. When we fucking stand together, if we don't fucking stand together, we will hang separately. And they've been getting that guillotine, that fucking hangman's noose around our neck for years. But these motherfuckers in India literally said, nah, fuck you. We're not gonna work. It got so good that the people that were delivering the goods was like, no, fuck you, we're standing with you. And that's how they forced some fucking change. But let's continue.
On another occasion. We've come to the end of the first part of today's show. Before we move on, our new book, The Sickness is the System, When Capitalism Fails to Save Us from Pandemics or Itself, is out now and available at democracyatwork.info/books. I want to also thank our Patreon community for their invaluable support. And if you haven't already, go to patreon.com/economic update. Sign up today for access to exclusive content and more. Please stay with us. We will be right back.
All right, so like, I'm gonna leave this video right here. This is just like one of and this is one of the things that I fucking like. This is one of the reasons why I actually like this program. And I mean, I get it. Like, it's not for everybody. I know a lot of people come to my channel actually for me talking about, you know, chuds and shit like that. But these are some things that we always need to actually look at and focus on and actually pay attention to. Not just from a way of, I'm on the left. I will admit I'm on the left. And it's not that I'm just on the left because I like to make fun or laugh at the people on the right. No, I'm on the left because I fucking care about people. I care about your economic needs. I care about my economic needs. I care about the neighbors, everybody's around us economic needs. And the fact is, we can reach out to conservatives because they have some of the same concerns, but they're governed by a fear that the brown people are going to take your money when it's the motherfuckers above us that's taking our money. But anyway, guys, whew, I'm sorry. One day you're gonna see me do a Cornel West video, and I'm just gonna be, oh God, if you've actually seen me do Cornel West videos, I'm sorry. This is the shit that actually gets me. Like, this is what I really love. The fact that we can be better. Everyone can have a better life. You shouldn't just have to live and work under the heel or boot of somebody just to make ends meet and think that it's shit. Because, well, that's just the way it is. We can be better. But anyway, shit. Whew. Get me a motherfucking cigarette. Whew. Hit the switch to the Gatorade on that one, boy. Anyway, whew. So, yeah. That lifted my spirits a little bit. So, yeah, that definitely lifted my spirits a little bit. I needed it. I fucking needed it. So, how do you guys feel about man hybrid animals? Like, Do you think that they're good? They're fun? Fuck, I don't even know how to transition to this. We're gonna be doing a no BS video. Oh God, we're gonna be doing a Brooks video, and like, I'm sorry guys, I saw this shit and like, okay. We all know movies, right? We know that most of the movies, even the ones that says based on a true story, they're bullshit, right? Like, like we know that they're bullshit, right? We know that it's some shit that like is bullshit, and a lot of movies are fucking fantasy or power fantasies or sci-fi or just dramatization. Like, we know this, right? We know this. No, don't do it. He wasn't ready. Fuck. Okay. Whew. Hey, Jill. Oh, everybody clap. My Sunday Jill is in the fucking in the fucking building. Hey, Jill, why don't you do me a favor and teach me what communism is? When you can actually tell me what communism is or socialism is and explain the concept and principles, then I will actually entertain you teaching me anything else. And it's got to be truthful, but, you know, either way. Anyway, let's talk about Brooks. Yo, Ziggurat, what's up, man?
Hello and welcome back to No BS. Today we return to talking about the age-old classic, the classic tune, the classic jam, the classic move that a lot of leftists like to pull these days, particularly in entertainment like major blockbuster movies. That's right. Today we're talking about another possible example of a beloved franchise being rebooted with a lady cast. That's right. Lady reboots have been all the craze since around 2016 when Ghostbusters 2016 came out and made a pretty big splash on the scene that year. That's right.
Whoo! That was a mouthful, and admittedly, I actually had him in 1.5 speed. But, we're going to be talking about this. Ghostbusters 2016. So what? It was a reboot with all female cast. Are we going to talk about how the real Ghostbusters had, like, the next generation? Are we going to talk about, like, fuck, like, dude, this shit happens. It's not some big woke conspiracy. The reason why you get so many reboots from different perspectives is because studios are notoriously scared of losing money out on the property. So they play with shit that's already been done. Why do you think we have so many remakes of video games, motherfucker? Like, god damn. Like, is this... Okay. But let's go.
2016 was pretty monumental for SJW culture. It was also a big deal for other reasons too. There was an election that year. That's the year Trump won the election against Hillary. It was a big year for politics and social strife and advocates and stuff like that too. That's when Black Lives Matter came to a big head right there. And in addition, the moviescape changed a lot that.
Wait, whoa. Now, you guys know this video was actually done. Hold on, when was this video done? December 13th, 2020. I wonder if there's been a bigger year with politics and shit like that. Oh, God. Let's continue.
That year too. They tried to lady reboot everything since then. Like, for example, they've done lady reboots of Ocean's 11. They've done Terminator with all-girl cast. They've done other things like taken characters and girl wash.
Wait. Terminator didn't have an all-girl cast. As I recall, you still had Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. Like, I'm sorry. And fucking Sarah Connor. Sarah Connor was a consummate badass in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Like, what the fuck now? Wait, what the fuck? Like, oh, wow. hold on, and then I want to catch something that he said. Let's kind of go back.
It changed a lot that year too. They tried to lady reboot everything since then. Like, for example, they've done lady reboots of Ocean's 11. They've done Terminator with all-girl cast. They've done other things like taken characters and girl wash them and lots of.
Girl wash them. Girl wash them. That sounds like a douche. Oh, that's that what it is? Is that what it is? Douche. Douche, you mad because you can't get a douche? I'm sorry. Fuck, I've been watching too much Lucifer lately. But let's continue.
Other fun, not so cool to watch stuff though. I mean, sometimes it's okay. We're not necessarily here to say, oh, we're against female-led movies or female-led pictures or even female reboots isn't like the worst idea on its own, but the way they turn out in reality is. The way they actually come to be is really bad. Like, for example, another one I didn't get to mention was Charlie's Angels recently got this kind of lady reboot, but the problem with that...
Wait! Did he just say Charlie's Angels had a lady reboot? Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, what? How did Charlie's Angels have a lady reboot? How? How did Charlie's Angels have a lady reboot? Oh my god. How did they... Let's continue.
It was already a female-led picture, but then they girl-washed other characters in it too, and it was just kind of like this woke reboot, this woke reconfiguration, and it did really poorly, as did these other movies. I mean, some of them made money, but none of them were successful. All of them were derided and not very much liked. And now we're talking about a new case. Someone is currently promoting and trying to get something to happen to the Die Hard series. Die Hard is a famous film series starring Bruce Willis, and apparently Charlize Theron is jumping on board with the idea they should lady reboot Die Hard, which is obviously a terrible idea for lots of reasons.
Because Die Hard, when it came down to it, the later movies were just shit. Like let's be honest. Like, a lot of the Die Hard movies were just shit. Like, it was a reason why Bruce Willis actually transitioned to movies like Red or shit like that. Because it just kind of jumped the shark. Like, the first Die Hard movie was actually good. Die Hard 2 was actually fucking awesome. But, like... How? Fucking how? Now, I don't hear anything about when Bruce Willis rebooted Death Wish and it was shit. Like, you actually have, like, man reboots or gentleman reboots, whatever the fuck, girl or man rewatch. Like, some of this shit is just, like, fucking unbelievable. But, like, wow. Wow. Like, oh god, let's continue.
It's also pretty relevant now since Die Hard is technically a Christmas movie, so lots of people are rewatching it, and now they're talking about lady rebooting it. So we want to go over this story, talk about why it's silly and why it's not going to work, and probably won't even happen soon. But first, let's take a quick moment to check out our sponsor. Hey guys.
Oh, nope. No shelling. All right, there we go.
Supports the show and keeps No BS going, which is more important now than ever since we've been attacked by the big tech overlords. So we're not getting funded by them. We're not getting ads anymore. So we need you guys to support these.
Maybe because you say hateful shit. I'm just saying. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe because people think you're a fucking loser. That's why you're not getting... Oh, God. And if you think your message actually has any validity to it, you fighting a good cause, why are you worried about... Like, I would love to do this for a job, but I've been doing this for like 4 years. And the fact that I'm still doing this shit, even though I haven't gotten any direct money from it, but I want to thank my patrons who've actually helped support the channel in very little ways. You guys help me out, and fuck. But let's continue.
Sponsors and other ways you can support the channel. But now back to the show. Here's an article with details with what we're talking about. It says Charlize Theron campaigns for lesbian version of Die Hard. Okay, so it's not even just a lady reboot version. It has to be a lesbian love story.
Wait. First of all, let's make like, does he think he looks smarter with the oversized glasses on his little bull avatar? I'm just saying, like, oh god, and fuck, if it's anybody that can do the shit, Charlize Theron can actually do the shit. Did you see Old Guard? That shit was fucking awesome. Fuck, I actually have Atomic Blonde. Fuck, like, man, Charlize Theron is actually just like, she's fucking awesome. I'm sorry, she's awesome. And if it's anybody that can pull the shit off, it will be Charlize Theron. What, did she play another spy? Like, it's like she would just be playing another fucking, like, god damn, like, let's continue.
Story at the core of it too. So before we move forward, let's go ahead and break down Die Hard a little bit. I know most people have seen it, but in case you haven't, or in case you don't remember, essentially Die Hard is a story about this cop. He goes to Los Angeles to visit his family. His wife is working at this big building. You can see the poster right here. You can see this guy is Bruce Willis. He's the cop visiting his family at this big building called Takanami Tower, or something like that. Nazataki Tower, I'm not sure. It's some Japanese.
Wow, the casual racism just flows from this motherfucker. Well, let's continue.
Tower in Los Angeles. He visits it. There's a big kind of to-do with some hostages being taken. Basically, the whole building gets taken hostage, and Bruce Willis has to try to save everyone. That's essentially the breakdown. It happens to be on Christmas. There's a few little Christmas themes in there, which is cool. Mostly, though, it's more of an action movie, more of a kind of cops versus robbers. Lots of cool explosions and gunplay and stuff like that, too. Bruce Willis is kind of like your everyman hero. This is the movie that really made him a big star and a big action hero too, which was something different at the time. This was coming out in the late 80s, and back then most of the action stars were like big buff dudes like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, like more like fit karate type guys like Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Bruce Willis really mixed it up here.
Something tells me that he's a little piney. He's opining for the days where you can look at big buff guys. Oh god, I'm sorry.
Showing that an everyday man could pull it off too. Like, sure, he's in shape as well. He's not like totally out of shape, but he's also not big and buff and gigantic. He's just kind of like a regular guy with a lot of strong will and good principles, and he's a cool hero. And now back to the reboot. Now we're talking about Charlize Theron. She's one of the most woke actresses out there right now. She is really, really bad. She's known now for having a very short haircut that really ruined her good look. She was previously a very, very attractive actress who came up in the late 90s.
Wait, what? She's always had short haircuts. She's never had I've never seen her outside of like a movie role where her hair has been longer than her shoulders. Like, what now? Let's pull it up.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Oompa. Thank you for following. Charlize, if I can spell her name. Yeah. Let's look at some images of her. Where has she had long hair? When has she had long hair? Like, we see her in short motherfucking hair. When has she had long hair? Like, a lot of these are like her original movies. Like, I don't. Oh god. Like, what's wrong with women with short hair? Fuck. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. How? Fuck. Like, is it because it's lesbian and she may not want to fuck him? Like, the fuck? And he can't, my dude. I'm gonna tell you this, Brooks. Here, my dude. Check this out. Straight men still watch lesbian porn. Like we do. It's okay. We don't have to have the confidence to say, like, they still want to fuck me. Like, we still watch lesbian porn. This shit just still happens. Like, I mean, like, I don't think that's actually anything new. dude, like, God damn it! Here's a big secret: not everybody's around. Not every woman alive is around to fuck you. It's just like a thing. Man, fuck. Let's continue.
And got famous for basically getting naked on camera and a lot of other things too. She's not a bad actress either. I don't totally hate her or anyone, but the point is she's one of the real woke ones.
Wait. Did he say the only reason why she got famous is because she got naked on camera? Oh, you piece of shit. Wow.
Out there, she's one of the ones that always brags about adopting all these kids from Africa, and she tries to use that as a virtue signal.
She's South African. What?
Act like she's this real woke savior for all the minorities and all the people out there. So it's really kind of cringe, and it's kind of like getting old. She's also, for the record, before we read on, she's also the actress that kind of feminized the Mad Max series. Mad Max had a great kind of reboot, revitalization addition to the series around 2015 when they came out with that Mad Max Fury Road. Great movie, by the way, but admittedly, it became sort of a girl thing. Like Charlize Theron took over as almost like the first girl lead, even though Mad Max was still there. He kind of was subjected to like a secondary role. And then in addition, the new Mad Max movies, they're announcing they might have more girl versions of it in the future. So this is something she has a history with. This is something she tried to do with another series, which if you ask me is just lazy. It's just being really, really lame and kind of also pandering. It's like, oh, let's take another old classic series and put girls in it because it's 2020 and we need to pander to woke leftists and get everything with girls. Like that.
Damn it! The motherfucking hater rate is just bad in this one. Like, oh my god, like, how dare they pander to women? How dare they? Like, the fuck? Like, I'm sorry. He just seems so pissed about this. So pissed. So fucking pissed. Like, dude, like, are you okay, man? Do you need... like, okay, like, I've seen a lot of movies that she's in that she's just been, like, just awesome in. Like, one of the movies that I loved her in, and she played a little bit of damsel in distress-y type shit in the end, but she was a side character. Like, I loved her in Hancock. Like, the way she was whooping Will's ass in that movie, oh, God. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. And, like, she's had some other great movies, and I've never seen her as a symbol of, oh, yeah, I'm about to beat off to it. Like, no, she's a good actress. But motherfuckers like this only thinks, she has tits, so she's supposed to be fuckable. Like, the fuck? Oh, God. Let's continue.
That's just so bad to me, and that's why it doesn't turn out well. This is not the kind of basis for a good story or a good movie. I mean, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes it does turn out okay or awesome even, like Mad Max Fury Road is definitely one of the better examples, but other times it's a disaster like Ghostbusters, like Ocean's 8, and all the other ones I talked about before. Actress Charlize Theron, who recently appeared in Netflix's The Old Guard, took to Twitter to campaign for a lesbian version of Die Hard. The idea of a lesbian version of Die Hard was pitched by Twitter user FOSIS on December 5th. They wrote, lesbian Christmas rom-coms are all well and good, but what I really want is a Die Hard where Charlize Theron goes on a rampage to save her wife. So this is the original tweet. This is a picture of her previously when she was more...
I mean, like, is it going to be the same story? If it's the same story, if it's the exact same story, of course it won't fit. But if it's something in the same vein, and they call it, like, difficult, like, what the fuck is your problem, man? The original Die Hard still exists. The original Die Hard movie still fucking exists. But let's continue.
More attractive. Nowadays, she's chopped all her hair off, gone with like a more butch kind of look. Not my taste. I'm not trying to focus on looks, but it is kind of leaning towards how she's acting.
But you spent 3 fucking minutes on it. Dog, you did. Fuck.
in the present too. Like when these people get woke and get SJW, you can visibly see it by the way they start to dress, start to cut off their hair, make themselves not as attractive on purpose. They don't want to get that male gaze, as they call it. Even though a lot of times these leftists, they got famous by having that male gaze. This is sort of reminding me of Margot Robbie, who did a similar thing. She got famous for getting naked in movies, and then now she's trying to be this woke chick who doesn't dress up pretty anymore. She's dressing herself down and trying to act like she's this amazing actress now, when really it's questionable.
Wait. I've gotten it. I've understand it now. I understand it now. No bullshit is Pan, because by that token, he liked the men shows because he can look at their body and they're half naked. Like, he must be fucking Pan now. He must be pansexual as shit, because why do you have this standard for women but don't have it for men? Like, how? Like, I don't get that shit. Like, fuck. I love watching Basic Instincts like the next motherfucker. But I think Sharon Stone is a good actress because she can act, not because I saw her labia. Like, the fuck? How? Like, okay. I liked Halle Berry before she did like a lot of the other shit that she did in movies. Like, I fucking loved her in fucking Boomerang. I loved Jada Pinkett Smith before I saw Jason Lyrics. Like, the being naked in a movie doesn't do shit for me. But I'm somebody who can sit back and watch porn and just like, ooh, fun. Like, dude, like, what is this obsession with having to see an actress naked in order to think that she can act? Like, the fuck? But let's continue.
Theron would get on board of the idea, responding to the tweet stating, "Where do I sign?" So even Charlize herself responded. Following Theron campaigning for the film, fellow actress Hannah Simone, who is known for her role as Cece Perrick in the New Girl TV series, also threw her hat into the ring. Simone responded to Theron on Twitter, writing, "Let me know if you need a tired Indian wife who doesn't like to run fast enough even when danger is present and therefore would need all the savings." So more people are chiming in. Theron says, "I got your back, boo." So they're really kind of going for this on Twitter. Whether or not that's wholly serious or they're going to really take it that far, I mean, who knows? I'm sure these kinds of woke chicks are not going to say no if that project popped up. I don't think it really will. I think another reason that they're not saying something we have to kind of address is the whole landscape of movies has changed so much these days. It's going to be a really, really big sell to try to get people in studios and producers and investors to make these kinds of big blockbusters. Like Die Hard would need a bigger budget. Admittedly, the original one wasn't too crazy. It was set in one building and had a lot of creative ways to make that all work on a relatively smaller budget.
Why do you debunk yourself in the same fucking breath? Like, wow. Okay, let's go.
Budget, but really, if we're going to make a Die Hard in the modern era, it's going to cost a lot. It's going to have to be a big budget kind of thing, and it's going to be something they're going to want to like make $1 billion in order to make their money back, and that's just not going to happen in the future. Maybe they could make a dumbed down, lower budget version, but the problem is it's just that style is not going to be happening for a good long time. In addition, the lady reboot stuff isn't attractive to people. People aren't buying into that. That's not this idea that's selling like hotcakes. That's an.
But we literally have movies shot on a smaller budget that is literally making motherfucking bank. See the point that you made about the old guard. Like, the fuck? Like, how don't these motherfuckers realize this? But let's continue.
An idea that's failed over and over again, so I don't know why they think people would just keep trying this failed tactic. Theron made headlines last year when she declared that she believed her child was a boy. Theron spoke to the Daily Mail with her oldest child, Jackson, who the actress adopted as a baby back in April 2019. "Yes, I thought she was a boy too," Theron stated, "until she looked at me when she was 3 years old and said, 'I'm not a boy.'" So this was a story we covered before. This is part of her sort of woke turn. Here's her with longer hair again in an older movie before she chopped it off, and she seems like a great gal. I'm not.
What is this, Gone in 60 Seconds? Like, one of the first movies that she was in? Like, was it Gone in 60 Seconds that she was in? Like, what the fuck? You're talking about a fucking 20-year-old movie.
Not trying to hate on her too much, but she is also seeming super woke lately. She's letting her kids pick their gender, and it's just super strange when it's like a 3-year-old. 3-year-olds sometimes say that they're dinosaurs or that they want to be astronauts. Does that make it?
Oh my god. Oh my god. You're right. He does have a Retsona. Like, oh my god. Like, why is it? Why does it matter? Why the fuck does it matter? Why does it matter? Oh my god. Why does it matter? Why does it matter if somebody says, "Hey, you don't have to play within the norms"? This shit is coming from the guy who has a furry persona up here with fucking oversized fucking glasses and a bull's head on somebody. Like, Brooks looks like me. Like, I'm not a skinny motherfucker. I'm not a quote unquote fit motherfucker. Brooks has a persona that he is using to talk this bullshit. But let's continue.
Get that too? No, not necessarily, but this actress is looking for attention. I think she might be seeing her career dwindling. She might be losing a lot of attention throughout this pandemic and know that there's not a lot of movies coming up in the pipeline anytime soon. So she's pandering, she's doing woke stuff, she's making her child this spectacle, which is super cringe. Like, imagine adopting a child from another country, bringing them to you, switching their gender, and doing all this strange stuff. Like, it seems really, really off base to me, as does this idea, and that's why I think it'll never happen. But you guys tell me what you think. It's not all about...
And here he brings in the fucking he brings in the attractive young lady at the end of his video because he knows what his audience is really here for. God damn it. Whew. I'm sorry, guys. I think I like shit like this. Like, why does it matter? Like, if the reboot, if it's something that you don't really want to watch, why not watch it? Like, you're defending a corporation's property because you wrap your identity around with the shit. Yeah, like, dude, like, I'm like you said, Kat, I'm a guy because this is just the way I want to present. Am I overly masculine about shit and stuff like that? No, because it's fucking stupid to be performative. Be a performative way. So just because you need to fit in some kind of fucking box. It's just like, wow. It just doesn't make sense to me. But anyway. Whew. Oh, God. Like, does it really matter if it's a movie that you don't like? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know. Anyway. Oh, God. Wow. So, whew. Just thinking, just like, this shit is just like, I don't get, like, a lot of these guys' issues with the way they present, they want to present a lot of this whole something that is inherently bad or inherently evil because they're differing from what society says that they should be. And it doesn't make sense to me. But you know what? Here's the thing. And I'm going to be very honest with you. A lot of these guys are so fucking insecure with themselves. And I just don't know where to go from there. But anyway. Speaking of insecure guys and like, what really, how do I put it? What I don't get is these people that thinks culture is coming to the end and the world is fucking ending and it's all bad because, you know, people are so woke and they're so fucking, I don't know, they're so fucking bad at, you know, they're deciding to change and shit like that. And it's actually caused such of a problem. It's causing such a problem for these woke liberals and all this other good shit. And like, fuck. Yeah, the room does exist. It's just maddening because a lot of these people are just so insecure with themselves. And Brooks, yeah, he's at this dopey little idea right now. But you get so many people like this motherfucker. And we're going to pull up. Now, I don't know if you guys actually heard of somebody called Black Pigeon Speaks. And, like, let's get into what he actually feels is a problem and why the woke culture, why the culture of victimhood will destroy America. Mind you, he's not an American citizen. Mind you, he's not even living in I believe he was Scottish. He's not even living in Scotland anymore. But let's continue.
When one looks at 2020, besides the controlled implosion of the global economy, the dystopian overreach of governments stripping their citizens of their rights and freedoms, and of course, the ever-increasing censorship on speech that's meant to suppress the dissent of the new world being created, what's clear is that the Western world, and the United States in particular, is broken. As a society, it's disintegrating into two mutually hostile camps that can no longer even communicate, let alone negotiate with each other.
So, this doomer shit that you see with a lot of the leftists, not the leftists, the right people online, the people on the right, alt-right, this is some bullshit. Because what they are doing is saying like, oh, it's bad, it's becoming so bad, it's becoming too bad. And it's almost to the point where it's just so contentious. But let's hear a little bit more of this motherfucker.
While there are many reasons for this, one very important aspect that is little understood, and it's not the culture war, because the culture war is the result of the change in culture over the past several decades, and it is the rise of the culture of victimhood.
Says the person who literally is talking about, oh no, the culture is changing, and this is victimhood. This is victimhood on fucking steroids. But let's continue.
A big thanks to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. Now, the game itself is pretty cool with a dark-esque fantasy theme. It has millions of players and...
Of course he would actually be for Raid Shadow Legends. God, this disgusts me. I wonder how many of these people actually play Raid Shadow Legends.
In 1993, art critic Robert Hughes published a chillingly prophetic book called The Culture of Complaint, in which he prognosticated that the US was doomed to become an increasingly and infantilized culture of victimhood. It was against the backdrop of the just emerging grievance industry that now has a chokehold on correct discourse in the Anglosphere, as well as much of the Western world.
Wait, the Anglosphere? The Anglosphere. The white people. Just say the white people. Anos, Dan, thank you for subscribing, man. Like, the white people. That just say it, the white people. It's like, fuck, like... And nobody... Oh, thank you, Kat. I'm gonna probably do that sometimes this week. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, let's continue with this video. God damn. I want to literally say this. The biggest victims, the biggest snowflakes are fucking conservatives. Oh, we got to stop the brown people from coming over here. Oh, they're taking your jobs. Oh, the government is trying to control you. Oh, they're trying to put a mask over your face. Like, what the fuck now? Really, what the fuck now? How? How do you not see that you're a victim? Or you're complaining to be the victim? But somebody's saying, yo, hey, this is my identity. Well, I would ask you that you respect. No! You're taking away my freedom to treat you like an asshole. Oh, God. Oh, God. But, fuck, let's continue.
Today, victimhood culture is impossible to miss, and examples of adherence to its values are everywhere. Some are offended by others' hairstyles, some are offended by music or the way men sit on public transportation, some are offended by voice characterizations in animated films, while others are traumatized by Halloween costumes.
Wait, what? All of these things, conservatives flip their shit on it. Like, how dare they depict two men or two women being together? How dare, like, it is a different, like, god damn. It is a difference being like, well, I don't think that's appropriate, and you literally shitting on somebody else's culture just to make a laugh. Like, fuck. Damn it. And then again, has this, like, what's up with these guys that have mildly to very attractive women in their videos, not for anything other than to just say, ooh, look at the pretty girl. Fuck. Let's continue.
Well, how do you explain this? Well, it's a change in culture, and this change has been examined in a study titled Microaggression and Moral Cultures by the sociologists Bradley Campbell and Jason Manning in the Journal of Comparative Sociology. Campbell and Manning argue that the United States, and the Western world for that matter, is now transitioning into a victimhood culture. Now, I'm going to paraphrase the ideas distilled in this study as broken down by several other authors to give you a general understanding of this very interesting thesis.
Wait. Let's hear that shit again about what he just said. Now, mind you, he never says, I'm going to the study. Listen to how he describes it.
Transitioning into a victimhood culture. Now, I'm going to paraphrase the ideas distilled in this study as broken down by several other authors.
I'm going to paraphrase the ideas in the study as broken down by other different authors. Wow. Let's continue.
To give you a general understanding of this very interesting thesis. Historically, in honor cultures, people, men, maintained their honor by responding to insults, slights, violations of their rights by, quote, self-help violence, closed quote. Generally, honor cultures exist where the rule of law is weak. In honor cultures, people protected themselves, their families, and their property through having a reputation for swift violence.
That's not a good thing, dog. That's not a good thing. Like, that's not a good thing. Oh my God. It's the whole idea of good men breed hard times, and hard times breed hard men, and hard men breed good times, and good times breed good men. And like this whole cyclical thing of like, oh, you just need to be strong, and like when times got too good, too many weak men were created. Like, goddamn, that's the shit this is distilled down to.
Think of one man slapping the other man in the face with his glove and demanding satisfaction, pistols at dawn, as it were. But things began to change in the 19th century as most Western societies began the moral transition toward dignity cultures in which all citizens were legally endowed with equal rights. In such societies, persons' property and rights are defended by recourse to third parties, usually.
Wait. That's a bad thing? Giving rights to everyone? Wait. Fuck, wait. How is that a bad thing? Wow.
The courts, police, and so forth. That if necessary, they will wield violence on the citizens' behalf. Dignity cultures practice tolerance and are much more peaceful than honor cultures, by the way. Campbell and Manning describe how the culture of victimhood, in which people are encouraged to respond to even the slightest unintentional offense, as people used to do during the period where honor culture was dominant. But now they also want to appeal for help to powerful others, including employers or administrative bodies, to whom they must make their case that they've been victimized. And this gives rise to intense efforts to identify oneself as fragile and an aggrieved victim.
What is that, conservative 101? Fuck, let's continue.
Critics of the culture of victimhood are often attacked as abusers themselves, perpetuating a culture of harm and assault. Frequently, the response of an embattled critic is to assert that they too are victims. Men criticized as sexist for challenging radical feminism defend themselves as victims of reverse sexism. People criticized for being unsympathetic proclaim their own history of victimhood. A very good example of this is that in courts, during the sentencing process, it's very common, even regular now, for felons to proclaim their own history of victimization and how it contributed to their harmful illegal actions. In our culture of victimhood, victims can be excused for victimizing others, for taking away the rights of others, taking away others' freedoms and autonomy, because they were victims themselves.
So, Wait. He sees it as a problem that people have been hurt and they lash out their hurt towards other people. Like, I how does it even make sense? How does this shit even make sense? That, like, you complain about this shit? Like, how? Fucking how? Like, oh my god, like, this shit is fucking true. So what do you want to do? Execute people that are wrong and does harm? You just want to execute them? Fuck it. I think some people that you may like may fit on that fucking long list.
And they were doing this in the service of their own victimhood. Maybe listen to that part again if you have to. And of course, this new moral culture comes complete with its own vocabulary. Nouns or isms plus privilege. Can't have a new moral culture without isms. Trigger warnings, microaggressions, safe space, and all the other usual buzzwords.
Your channel, dog, is a safe space for people that think like you, remedial and closed-minded. But, fuck, let's continue.
Hateful, binary, intersectional, speak truth to power, solidarity, progressive, oppression, social justice, ableism, identify, group plus community, journey, and there's others that I can't quite remember at the moment. But this new paradigm and its vocabulary use what George...
No. Fuck no. No. Fucking no. Literally. No. No. You cannot sit back and say George Carlin would have had an issue with this culture when he literally talks about how he doesn't outright condemn him, but he talks about Andrew Dice Clay in the fucking 80s and 90s and said how he likes to punch down on people. Figuratively, not literally. I couldn't find any stories about that. You cannot do this shit. You cannot have this conversation with me because we've seen Carlin's interviews with shit. Wow.
Carlin called the soft language or the newspeak that's being formed around the emerging culture of victimhood. When the victims publicize microaggressions, or the perceived victims, or the self-proclaimed victims, publicize that they've been microaggressed against, they call attention to what they see as the deviant behavior of others. In doing so, they are calling to attention their own victimization. Indeed, many ways of attracting the attention and sympathy of third parties is to emphasize or exacerbate the, quote, low status of the aggrieved, closed quote. People portray themselves as oppressed by the powerful, as damaged, as disadvantaged, and needy.
So when is he gonna when will you see Black Pigeon Speaks complain about Tucker Carlson broadcasts? I'm just waiting. When are you gonna see this shit? You're not gonna see that shit because it's okay when you have a perceived victimization because you're talking bad about the liberals who's policing your language and it's just making you all upset and mad and hurt all inside. The fuck now?
What many find shocking about the culture of victimhood is that it involves rejecting previously conventional moral injunctions to ignore insults, recognize the good intentions of those who accidentally give offense, and be charitable and civil toward those whom we disagree. But now, they instead illustrate a high sensitivity to slight, these self-proclaimed victims. They illustrate a high sensitivity to slight, such that verbal offenses or even disagreements merit a serious response, at least in their minds. So, who cares if we are becoming a culture of victimhood? Well, in fact, everybody should, as this mentality is not only self-destructive, it's totally a polarizing force within society. This kind of mentality makes it almost impossible to resolve disputes, both social and political, as it removes the necessary give and take, as well as being able to agree to disagree.
Oh my god. So I'm gonna slap you in your face, figuratively speaking, and tell you you're not who I think you are. You're gonna be great chicken writer. Like, you're gonna be great chicken writer. And yet, like, the fuck? Like, you should be okay with that. You should be okay with that. I'm gonna deny who you personally are and say, like, who you personally believe yourself to be. like saying or not a Nazi, and you're gonna be okay with that? Schrodinger's leftist. Yes, exactly. But let's continue.
And turns every difference into a battle between good, and the good is always us, and evil, them. And here is where we find ourselves in 2020. Consider a 2014 study in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, which examined why opposing groups, including Democrats and Republicans, found compromise so difficult. Researchers concluded that there was a widespread political motivation attribution asymmetry in both sides. And what that means is both sides attributed their own aggressive behavior to be love, but the opposite sides to be hatred. Today, millions of Americans believe that their side, Democrat or Republican, is basically benevolent, while the other side is evil and out to get them. And this is an important point because
you know what? That's the point that I think we should all actually think about. Just because someone disagrees with you doesn't mean that they hate you. They may hate your ideas, and when we can't separate ourselves from our identity from the ideas that we actually hold, then it's a fucking problem. But that's the fucking system that is built around capitalism. Everything from our political parties to the type of fucking pop that we drink has been so polarized because it makes motherfuckers money. Wow. Fuck. Let's continue.
Practitioners of victimhood culture also see their perceived oppressors as not somebody they disagree with, but as evil, thus generally seeking to restrict expression in order to protect their sensibilities and what they advocate. Victimhood claims the right to say who is and who is not allowed to speak. In that, anyone that voices an opposing view is an oppressor. All speech not agreed upon is hate speech. Questions or comments such as, where are you from? You speak English very well. Oh, you're a very interesting looking person. All are...
Wait. Fuck me with that. Like, some of this shit is just casual racism. Oh, you speak English very well. If somebody actually said that bullshit to me, I would have a fucking issue. What the fuck, am I not supposed to speak English well? You're an interesting looking person. Something tells me no one will actually get upset for me saying that somebody's interesting looking. It usually would follow for this or because you're from there. Like, the fuck? How? How do you see these things as critical against somebody? You don't. You just want to leave in that casual racist part, and people are calling you out for that bullshit. But let's continue.
Standard examples of microaggressions, and even if no ill intent is meant or meant to be caused, the oversensitiveness and the urge to be slighted by the practitioners of victimhood responds internally and externally with malice, rage, and furious emotional distress.
Oh my god, the chick with the red hair, the chick that's been like in like every fucking, from Gamergate to like every fucking anti-SJW motherfucking compilation for the last 10 fucking years. Oh my god, like why?
Now, of course, there has been criticism of this study by those that were triggered, unironically, by its title, and they felt oppressed by its content. And I'll also leave a link to the rebuttals to this study in the description. But let's be clear what this means.
Dude is just looping the same fucking footage, and you don't even hear the words. She could be just reading some shit. Like, the fuck?
Microaggressions basically equate an easily offended person. Safe spaces are segregation with another name. Trigger warnings equals censorship. Privilege equals moral demerits within this new moral construct. The rise of victim culture morality that pits groups against each other does not bode well for future social and political stability, no matter what race, ethnicity, gender, or orientation. All that matters in this new moral code is victimhood, and always the need for oppressors will arise. And
Okay, shit. Fuck. Like, I don't get this shit. While you're sitting back and preaching that, oh, these people are just being victims, you're literally doing this shit. Why does everybody have to be so sensitive? I'm just speaking the truth. Like, dude, like, you're being a victim. You're being a victim. Oh, wow. But anyway, guys, wow, this has been a fun little afternoon, and I want to thank everybody who's actually watched. Yeah, you can make anyone look unhinged by Like, for real. For real. Like, if somebody was just to watch this stream, the whole stream, I would seem unhinged. But it's this whole thing about this. Well, see, these people want to actually prove that they're the victims, and they want to actually show that, you know, they want to make you feel bad for just speaking the truth. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, what the fuck? Like, how? How do you actually think about this? Like, oh my God. Whew. Oh my God. But anyway, guys, I'm actually going to take a little bit of a bathroom break right quick. I will be right back, and like, hey, continue to watch, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, welcome back. Whew. We've been having some fun today, haven't we? Oh my God. Damn, like, a lot of this mask, like, man, I have to tell you guys, like, how do I put it? I want to thank a lot of the leftist content providers who actually introduced me to like some crazy people, like Black Pigeon Speaks. Like, I knew he was around, but I didn't know how insufferable some of these fucking videos that people like him have, and it's just like, oh my God, like, it's insufferable about some of these guys. And you know what? I will admit that some people are just dog shit. Some people are so fucking stupid that they don't know how time zones work. Guys, this is Lord of Patriarchy. And I know you guys can't see it, so let me just scroll up. Now, this motherfucker wants to complain about black kids in the welfare system, but he doesn't know how time zones work. Time zones. Like, shit over here, he doesn't know how the time zones work. And if you ever watch actual Jake, like he's responding to the motherfucker doesn't know what time zones works. But let's hear him pontificate of why there are too many black kids in the welfare system. Not systematic racism, not systematic poverty, not the fact that it is a growing amount of income inequality that hit the bottom of the social economic class first and is starting to make its way up. No, he's gonna tell us why this is. And let's listen to like Dave.
Alrighty, let's start the streaming. Am I on? Out with some there.
No, dude, no, stop singing.
Okie dokie, I'm live. Once again, this video is in between the... What the fuck? Why did Epic pop up? Jesus Christ. Hello, Wade Lockhart. Hello, Optimus Prime. I've gone after this lady before in the past. And her video is only 7 minutes long. So, but, you know, there's going to be 10 tons of shit I gotta debunk. She's apparently angry that black children are overrepresented in the child welfare system. Now, I'm going to assume the child welfare system in Canada is like social services here in America.
Okay. Wow. Okay. We're just jumping straight into this one. Let's go.
Okay. I hope she has a solution for this.
Africans, also African Americans, but mainly Africans. This video is for you. For those of you who are...
Well, you said African Americans, but you're Canadian. But if they're Africans, well, one, Africa is just a continent, not a country. But two, then they're living 3,000 miles away in a much, much shittier position. Okay, we're 5 seconds in, and already I want to have an aneurysm.
Who recently...
You and me both, guy. You and me both. Let's continue.
Moved to Canada or the States or the UK, anywhere that's predominantly not black. Mostly those countries.
Yeah, I mean, you could move to the predominantly black area of, like, the Congo, and hopefully, as a woman, you don't get abducted into a rape camp.
Wait. What? Wait. What? Wait. Oh, my God. Did he... Oh, my God. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Wow, the casual racism is just flowing in this one.
Governments have a right to take your children away from you if they see that there's any neglect or abuse happening.
No, it has to be pretty severe neglect and severe abuse. They don't take your kids away if you slap them across the face. They don't take your kids away if you just want to feed them Go-Gurt. Okay? Why do I think you're going to rise this to a level that's ridiculous? But I'm going to let you go on. But yes, there are some things you have to do as a parent if you'd like to keep your child.
I mean, like, is it a surprise that this motherfucker is like a MGTOW? Is this a surprise that this motherfucker doesn't have a woman in his life? Let's continue.
But it's not just serving them meals out of the microwave.
Happening to the child. Black and indigenous children.
Wait. What? I'm sorry. There are people who are great parents that can only have the subsistence living where that's all they can actually afford is microwave food. Like, wow. Let's continue.
Are overrepresented in the child welfare system. And we're
While black people are overrepresented in the criminal justice system, and black women in particular are overrepresented in the welfare system. Think there might be a link there? Just not for nothing?
going to talk.
Wait, Dave, dog. Do you know it's called the war on fucking drugs? Like, dude, like, oh my God, does he not understand the war on drugs and how that affected like the black community because it was designed that way? Let's continue.
Talk about why that is. But first, let me give you some numbers. Statistics Canada from 2011 shows that even though Aboriginal children make up only 3.4% of children in Ontario, they represent 25% of children in the foster care system.
Gee, now why is that? Is it because Canada's systemically racist? Or is it because those parents...
Yes! 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 They had a policy of taking Aboriginal children from their parents and giving them white Christian names. Yes, and the policy has not changed. It has been dialed back, but yes. Yes! Fucking yes! Oh my God. Let's continue.
Of those children have a disproportionately high desire, rather than take care of their kid, they'd rather just swallow down another half a bottle of whiskey.
Says the man that is drinking actual beer on streams. Like, is this for real? Is this for real? Like, is this for real? Okay.
African Canadian.
Again, the social services is not out monitoring. Okay, you gotta have a pretty bad situation for them to get involved.
Does he realize that that's not always the case if you don't have, like, his skin inflection? Like, does he Wow. Okay, let's continue.
Only make up 8.5% of Toronto's population. However, they represent 40% of children in care. Why are the numbers?
Okay. Why are the... okay, I'm going... Yeah, there might be a reason.
So high. It's not because African and Indigenous parents are abusive. It's because of systemic racism.
No. Here's what I most likely think is the culprit. With the Indigenous, I already said. Parents care more about getting their next bottle of whiskey than they do making sure their kids are properly fed and clothed.
Notice he said what I think, not the actual facts, statistics, or even laws that's on the book that have affected these different cultures and communities. Like, dude, no. Wow. Fucking wow. Let's continue.
I can't really speak for Canada, but I'll tell you why they're overrepresented in America, and fuck it, I'm gonna say it works for Canada too. It's because LaQuisha, who is the mother of Jamal, is more concerned with going out with the Tavon of the month and getting Jamal his fourth half-brother than she is about whether or not little Jamal is fed in the morning, goes to school at the proper time, has clean clothes, has an apartment that is in good repair. Jamal doesn't live with filth, with mice and roaches. No.
Wow. Oh, he's a dog shit person. He's a dog shit person. He's like really a dog shit person. Look at all the stereotypes that he's actually just lumped in there. One, that African Americans live in filth. Two, that these parents aren't taking care of their kids, which most of them are living in poverty, and that they're actually having to work 2 or 3 jobs in order to make sure that they actually stay above board, and that they have 5 or 6 kids. Like, does he hear this casual racist shit? Like, I literally can point you to a motherfucker who's had their kids taken away 9 or 10 times. If you know who Von Helsing is, this motherfucker had his kids taken away 5 or 6 times, or 8 or 9 times. But he's, quote unquote, a better parent than somebody who is literally struggling. Fuck this guy. He is dog shit. Oh my God. How do you be this dog shit? And you wonder why you don't have a special someone in your life. Where are your kids, Dave? Let's continue.
Oh, why do I think she's more concerned about shaking her ass at a club than if Jamal has lunch? That's why social services got involved. Not because of systemic racism, it's because LaQuisha is a horrible mother. That's why.
It's because the mandated reporters, the people who...
Hello, everyone in the chat.
who report children to the welfare system, the child welfare system, are racist.
Most child welfare calls are done by neighbors and teachers. So, in a predominantly black neighborhood, those blacks are racist? How about you tell LaQuisha to take care of her children?
Wow. He's still going with this LaQuisha shit. Wow.
And a lot of black people generally are seen as aggressive. And you know what? So are our children. When you have...
No.
Yes, Dave. There have been multiple studies where black children have been perceived as older than what they are by at least sometimes 3 to 4 years older than what they are. Oh my God. Who was that kid that was shot dead in fucking Ohio because the police perceived him as a threat and he was only 12? Dave. Oh God. God, he's dog shit. But let's continue.
They're not.
These people, teachers in positions of power, making phone calls and making claims that this child is in danger, that they're being abused.
Well, let's see. Is it because a little black boy decided to roughhouse a little bit? Or is it because the teacher knows he's been wearing the same shirt for 4 days and has fresh bruises on his face? Which do you think is the more logical scenario of why this teacher called social services or the child welfare system?
Both happen. Tamir Rice. Thank you, Kat. It is Tamir Rice. But both happen. Like, literally. African American children are... We actually have the studies of how they're punished more. By comparable infractions on the rule than any other children because they're perceived to be more dangerous. Really? It is a reason why it's called the school to prison pipeline, Dave. Wow, you're dog shit.
Or what the fuck ever. You really think it's a hyperactive little black boy, or do you think it's because, you know, he's wearing a shirt that has had the same mustard stain on it since Monday, and it's Friday afternoon? Do you think maybe that's a bigger teller? And again, same thing happens to white kids. Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
It took me 8 minutes to say that, but fuck it. She is like super condensed stupid.
They're seeing it from their unconscious bias that's based off of stereotypes, that's based off of fear. And so these people usually do not make the...
So you're saying it's impossible for black parents to abuse their children?
No one says that, Dave. No one said that.
Again, your racism is showing, lady.
Right calls. That's why there's an overrepresentation of black and indigenous children in the welfare system. Also,
you live in Canada. I have to take your word for the stats because I'm not going to look them up. But generally, if a country is majority white, then the majority of children that are in the fucking welfare system would be the majority. Whatever, fine, fuck it, I don't care.
Wait. He's in front of a computer. He can actually do this. Give me a second, guys. I'm typing with one hand. Usually used to two hands. Used to doing a lot of things with two hands. Anyway. Let's not do that. Let's not lead that in. I'm going to actually do it a little bit. Percentage of children in foster care. If I spelled them wrong. Okay, yeah, I did spell them wrong. All right. Let's go back. Which one do I want to actually go to? Let's go with this one. Facts. Can we open it up? Open a new tab. False scare numbers up by 5th straight year. Challenge at a glance. Children adopted from care. 50% white, and all the rest of the else. Youth waiting to be adopted. 45 white. I still think that, I don't know, 45 is less than 23 plus 22 plus 8. I think that's still less. Dave, you're fucking wrong, dog. And when was this actually done? When was this done? When was the date of this article? As of September the 2017. So 2018. So Dave, dog, she's right. And that took me, what, 30 seconds of a Google search? But let's continue.
A lack of cultural understanding. White parents speak to their children in a different way than African parents. Just based.
Yeah, because African parents are not speaking English. You are not.
I know I get pedantic about shit, but you know what the fuck she means, Dave.
Not African Canadian, lady. You are Canadian. You have as much to do with Africa as I do with Norway. I'm an American. You're a Canadian. Hey, you think everything is fucking hunky dory in Africa? Good. Go to the Congo. Yeah, you'll be right back on the next plane leaving 1 minute later. Because Africa the whole continent is a fucking shithole.
Okay, on that note, wow. Okay. So I can no longer stomach this motherfucker because, like, how does he not realize the casual racism that he's actually fucking doing? Like, I fucking know. Like, yeah, like, wow. Who would have thought? Wow. And he wonders why he hasn't gotten a woman. I don't know. Like, maybe it's something that he's saying. I don't fucking know. But anyway, guys. Wow. Ooh, that was interesting. Anyway, let's wow. Like, how does, like, how? Like, fucking how? Whew. Motherfuckers like him just, like, I don't get, like, what is this anger that he thinks that, like, does he really think that, like, there's no racism in the system? Does he really believe that? I just don't know with guys like this. I don't. It's just worrying, too, because they have this built-in victimization complex that, no, everybody is being treated bad and nobody is being treated, like, extra bad. Like, I don't get it. But anyway, guys, wow. I think we do need something a little bit more cheery. And I'm calling an audible. I'm calling an audible in the middle of the stream. And this is going to actually be our last video. This is going to be our last video for the day. And I want to thank I want to thank SparkleCat for this. Today, we're going to actually go over... Yes. Oh my fucking god. This is going to be fucking awesome. This is going to be fucking awesome. Thank you, Cat. Thank you, Cat. We're going back to Snortlings Hollows, kids! Oh my god. Oh wow. Let's see what Mimsy Moon has to say about Christmas time. The title of this video is just, oh my god. You better ask Santa for some self-respect. No ho, learn to love yourself. Whew. Let's go.
It's a beautiful day in Snortlings Hollow. We can learn a little something. Would you like to follow? They're pulling you left, but you must want to go right. Let's take a little trip and it could shed some light. If you don't agree with my point of view, you don't have to make a big to-do. Another video. Who's stopping you? We're not trying to tell you what to do.
Oh wow. Wow. Talk about the painted lady. Shit. God damn it. Whew. Let's see the wonderful Christmas special.
Today's show is brought to you by the Snortlings Hollow merch shop.
Are those all tats? Like, is this a sheer through shirt? Like, fuck. Like, if she wasn't a conservative, she would be badass. Like, for real. Fuck. Let's go.
Check out my awesome designs that you can't get anywhere else. Link in the description below. Merry Christmas to all, and welcome to another fantastic episode of Adventures in Snortlings Hollow. I am your hostess with the mostest, Mimsy Moon. And Piper's running fashionably late as usual, but I don't mind because this gives us the opportunity to check out her Christmas decorations. She's always so extra. Let's go!
Like...
Wow, this looks great! Piper!
Like, for real, like, what the hell? Why does she want to be a conservative?
It's time for the show! I love your Christmas decorations! They're holiday decorations! Oh, damn, sorry. I mean holiday decorations. Thank you very much!
Like oh my god, man! The PV in this motherfucker, the production value in this motherfucker, like, oh shit! Oh shit! God damn it! Let's go.
So, are you ready for the show? Let's do this! Alright friends, let's welcome Piper to the show! Hello everyone, it's me!
Piper, like, literally, is that Strawman? Is the puppet name really Strawman? Oh god! Oh gosh! Or Strayman? Like, oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh wow! Wow!
Hey Piper! Hey Piper! So, in the spirit of the holidays, I have a joke for you. What did Santa say when he came down the chimney and saw you, your mom, and your sister? What? Ho, ho, ho!
Oh, that shit was painful. Oh my god, that was painful. How do you even, how? Wow.
What the? Mizzy! Hey, I met your mom and your sister. I think the joke applies. Are you sure Santa wasn't talking about you?
Oh God. Oh God. It's funny because it's true. Oh God. Oh God. Damn it. God damn it. Oh my God. Why? I think Mimsy suffered a psychological break a while ago and is using these puppets as alts. Like
Well, you definitely got a point there, but I've changed, so give me a little credit. Whatever, Nancy. Let's just...
Wait, didn't she just say, like, in her last video that we watched, that people won't let her live down to her sex work before? Like, literally, and she's using it as a joke. Oh my God. Oh my God.
The theme of today's show. So, what's it gonna be? How you long for the good old days when Christmas was about the birth of Christ? Or how saying Happy Holidays is for libtards or something? Have you ever heard me say libtards? Yeah, I was kind of liking the first idea. What first idea? I would like to address the topic of the ho-ho-hos. Oh, hell no, Minzy! You're not going to judge women for expressing their sexual freedom and personal autonomy, are you? Aren't you supposed to be libertarian-leaning or something? What?
Yeah, this is actually true because most conservatives who think that they're libertarian don't want you putting the wrong kind of chemicals in your body or sleeping with the wrong type of person. Like, yeah, no, like, fuck, how does this? Let's continue.
Gives you the right to tell people what to do with their bodies. Calm down. I never tell people what to do. What? That's all you do. Not me. I just give my point of view and invite people to decide for themselves what they believe. After hearing different information, if you still believe that being a big old hoe is the right choice for you, then by all means, do you, I guess. But
or somebody else, and another person, and another person. And it's this shit just writes itself.
keep in mind that there are ramifications for your ramifications. And besides, libertarians don't necessarily believe that people should live their lives free of morals, only that the government has no business deciding what those morals should be or to be able to enforce them.
But you're willing to enforce the shit. Wow.
Okay, so what are you gonna do then? Slut shame women? Yeah, that seems like a good place to start. Seriously? Yeah, seriously. I mean, saying I'm gonna shame people makes me sound like a total jerk, but I don't actually think it's...
You're being a fucking total jerk by your own admission, Mimsy. How don't you see this shit? How don't you get this? Like, how? What the fuck, Mimsy? Really?
Good for people to live without shame. I don't think that all choices, even bad choices, are equal and equally worthy of praise and should always result in equal outcomes. But like I said, if you believe that sleeping around is a good choice and you've made a conscious and educated decision to live your life this way, and you take responsibility for the outcome, you leave children out of it, and the people you interact with are all consenting, I don't have to like it or accept it. It's your business. But if you're listening to my show, you're going to hear my opinion on it. And I think it's bad for individuals and for societies. And if you're a slut, shame, shame, shame. What the hell? Weren't you a hooker? I mean, a sex worker? Actually, Piper, I prefer adult entertainer.
Oh. One rule for me, but not for thee. I was an adult entertainer. Oh, God. The Robin Tug girl was an adult entertainer. The fuck? How? How does this not seem like hypocritical?
Nah, I was a hooker. I ain't gonna front. In times like this, I'm glad my husband doesn't watch my shows. But if you ever do, sorry babe, but you knew what I was before you got with me, so yeah. No.
Whoa! What? I swear to God. Wait, what? 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 Like, is she keeping a whole secret in the motherfucking closet? Wow.
Not only was I a hoe, but I was a slut too, and I think that if anything, it gives me more of a right to talk about this subject and not less. Oh, gross! Nobody wants to hear about this. You're old. Hey, I wasn't always old. Oh yeah, you used to be.
I mean, like, grannies need love too. What is she, a gilf now? Well, nah, I wouldn't want to fuck her, but some people would.
Hot. What happened? And anyways, I've changed my ways. What about you?
What's funny is she's talking bad to herself as a puppet. Wow.
What about me? I'm still young and hot. I'm gonna have a good time. And speaking of having a good time, what's up with Milo? Oh, I was waiting for you to bring him up. I see the way you looked at him when you...
Wait. Milo. Oh, that's the other puppet. So, in her mind, two puppets are getting it on, but one puppet don't like the other one. Like, oh my God. This is just sad. Like, Mimsy. Maybe you need some therapy, dog. Maybe. I'm just saying.
See him in the neighborhood. I don't think that feeling's mutual, though. Please. He totally wants this. The only reason he's salty now is because I rejected him in high school. I could have him anytime I want him. You think so, huh? Oh, I know so. Okay, then. Well, aren't you going to tell me why I can't? No, you can. But just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. Here comes the slut shaming. Piper, you know that actions have consequences. So if you decided that you want to be promiscuous, I think the negative opinions of others are the least of those consequences. Would you like to hear some of the rest?
Oh wow. Oh shit. She's about to go on the She's about to go on the abstinence only type bullshit. Oh wow. I'm listening.
No. Okay then. I guess that's it for today's show. Bye, friends. Okay, go ahead and tell us your stupid opinions. At least hear me out before you say they're stupid.
Come on.
Okay, well, I'm fully aware of the hate I'm going to get for this, but I believe the points I'm about to make are valid and...
Wait. Her part of her theme song is, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. If you don't like it, watch another video. That's part of her theme song. This shit is fucking crazy. This shit is fucking bananas. Let's hear her condemnation of being a whore. Fuck.
Deserve to be heard. As always, I invite you to listen to different opinions and make up your own minds.
I'm listening, Mimsy.
The biggest problem that I have with hoes is that I believe that they're one of the biggest contributors to the decline of America as we know it. In other words, you think we got issues? Blame it on the hoes.
Wait, what? This is incel shit. This is literally red pill shit. But how? It's been proven the reason why America expanded and was successful with expanding west is because of brothels. Like, what are women who want to be sexually liberated how are they causing the downfall of society? Because they just don't want to just deal with any motherfucking penis? Like, how? No, Cat. The consequences and the downfall of society is all the vibration from the orgasms. It's like, wow, the fuck? Like, I don't get this shit. Like, how is it like, what if women stop sleeping with men? Are like men are not going to be more promiscuous? Like what? Fuck. Let's continue.
How dare you? That's total crap. Everyone knows that we can trace all of the problems in our country back to straight white men and the patriarchy.
Oh God.
You can't blame women for anything. Oh sure I can. Well, if you want to get down to the root of it, you can blame it on liberal ideas like the sexual revolution that normalize and glamorize sleeping around as women's empowerment and freedom when it's...
But, Mimsy, that's how you made a living. Like, it's like, wow. Fucking wow. How are you this fucking dumb?
really anything but. I'm sure women were sleeping around before the sexual revolution. Well, sure, but not as many. I'm talking about a statistical rise here. Oh, so the statistic of women having fun and not having to feel ashamed for their natural desires increased, and that's a problem for you? Yeah, because that's not the only statistics that have increased. In the 1960s, only about 9% of children were living with single parents, and now it's around 33%.
Oh God. I'm like, the stupidity is hurting me. It's a fact that, hey, did you know it was actually used to be legal to rape your wife or to beat her? Or it's not necessarily illegal, but people used to accept that shit. Like, and the same goes for men. Like, this shit used to be legal. And that's a problem for you? Wow.
So what? We don't need men. Maybe you don't, but kids do. The single biggest determining factor on a person's success in life is whether or not they had both a mother and a father in the home.
No. It's if they have a community around them more than just one parent. And that's also directly tied to fucking poverty. There hasn't been no statistical difference if it's two men or two women. As long as a child knows that they are loved and they are taken care of by more than just one parent, that's the thing.
And who determines what success is? Conservatives? Well, what I mean is that people who come from single-parent homes are much more likely to do drugs, go to prison, live in poverty, and become single parents themselves. Life is difficult enough without putting 33% of our population at a big disadvantage.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of that is tied into poverty, and we can fix poverty right now. We can. But you're so libertarian that you don't want to fix the shit because, oh no, it's almost as if we give people money, then they won't have to do demeaning and demoralizing jobs. Like, I don't know, sex work or, white people's asses in a fucking nursing home for $9.50 an hour. But let's continue.
Wait a minute. Aren't we off topic? I thought you wanted to slut-shame women. Now you're just attacking poor single mothers. How do you think a lot of single mothers are created? You go out hoeing around and you get pregnant. The dude who knocks you up doesn't want to marry a hoe, so there you go.
This is some incel shit! Wow! Oh, wow! This is some incel shit.
Single mom, you're blaming women? What about the guy? Well, men aren't blameless in this either. They shouldn't seek out hoes to sleep with because they're making them think that this behavior is okay. Oftentimes a woman is not just sleeping with a guy simply because she's horny. She thinks that sex is how she's going to get the guy hooked and make him fall for her.
Wait, what? Mimsy Moon, women don't really enjoy sex. 2020. Oh God, she actually believes this shit that women don't enjoy sex. Oh wow. Oh wow. Wow. Let's continue.
And guys often take advantage of this. But y'all are just hurting and enabling each other because now guys are just free to be losers and deadbeats. These guys know they're still gonna get laid. So ladies, when you just give it away so freely, we're doing men a great disservice. It's our job to bring out the best in men. It's one of the reasons we need each other.
Wow. Oh my God. Like, I don't even know what this. I don't even know what this one because, Like literally, she's blaming women for men being women's promiscuity on men being dogs and irresponsible. Like, how do you even like? Wow, is she like how? Fuck how? Let's continue.
So, if you're a hoe, you can stop wondering what happened to all the good men, because you're what happened to them. Well, I can't wait to see your comment section after this shit gets out. Are you honestly saying that single mothers are all hoes? Of course, I'm not making such a general statement about the entire section of our population. You can...
Yes, you just fucking did! Wow!
Never say that all people from any such and such group are all the same way. We're all individuals, and I realize that many women end up in unfortunate circumstances that were beyond their control. Maybe they did everything right and they were a good girl and they got married and all that, and then their husband just like started cheating on them, or ran out on them, or started abusing them or their kids. Or maybe he died. Or maybe two people were in a stable relationship, the birth control failed, and the guy couldn't handle the responsibility, and well, you know, shit happens. Or maybe she was the victim of an assault and she bravely decided to keep a baby. I know that many mothers have had to make difficult decisions and had to make the most of bad situations. And then they've stepped up to the plate and did a good job of raising their kids, and that their kids have gone on to live good lives. And yes, these women deserve our admiration and respect. These women aren't really the women I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the women like me, the ignorant women. They're all out there slutting around and partying and making bad choices, getting knocked.
So this is really her self-hate. Like, this goes to my thing of just like, I think these puppets are alts for her, and she had a psychological break, you know, with this whole self-hate thing. Like, literally, wow. Oh, fucking wow. Like, how do you hate yourself so much? Because you're lumping yourself in with this bullshit. Like, wow. And is it just me, or does this look like a phallic symbol of this decoration right here? Maybe because it's the way the white and the red is, but like it looks like a red rocket. I'm just saying.
Having a bunch of partners in and out of their kids' lives and seeing nothing wrong with it. Even expecting to be admired as strong, independent, single mothers. Y'all think you rock? Well, you don't rock. You're hurting yourself, your partners, your kids, and ultimately our entire society. We should stop accepting and even celebrating this type of behavior. So, here I am, slut-shaming you. And maybe someone will even hear my message and take it to heart. I'm not telling you to hate yourself. It's not who you are. It's just what you're doing.
Oh my God! We hate the sin, but not the sinner. Like, does this even make fucking sense? Like, do you really actually hear this shit? You are literally talking about, and you have included yourself in this situation where it's like, you think women don't enjoy sex. That it's some aberration that they're just using to get men. Like, no, women enjoy sex. I'm sorry, Mimsy. I'm sorry. Maybe you don't really, you know, because I know you said you're bi, and you may actually be, in some case, even though you may be bi, but you may still be ace in some sense of the word. But people like fucking. Fuck! Let's continue.
You can stop what you're doing right here, today. People often want to justify their bad behavior instead of experiencing self-reflection and admitting their mistakes. It's much easier to make excuses and to blame others than to accept responsibility for your own actions. And believe me, I know. Wait, do you hear something? Like what? Like the sound of hundreds of mouse clicks as your viewers decide to go watch something else? Okay, well, maybe it's time to switch gears. Would you like to take an adventure to Snortlings Hollow? Or maybe a walk down Paisley Lane? Are you asking me if I'd rather be preached to by your daughter or by a bunch of hobbits? I guess I'll take my chances with the Snortlings. At least I'll be able to see my cute little avatar.
Oh,
okay,
God.
To the lamp.
I can't anymore.
Okay, so
I can't.
On my last adventure to Snortlings Hollow. Oh, yeah. I feel... Oh,
God. Okay, I'm about to do it. Though I venture to somewhere scary, I should be wary. Ghostly hauntings, I turn loose. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice! Oh, that's the wrong one, right?
Kind of weird without Piper here to give me a crazy nickname. So, do you have one for me this time? Yeah, I got a good one. All right, take it away. Ooh, I'm Madam Bingo Wings.
You can see her mouth moving.
Okay, what? Madam Bingo Wings? Are you talking about my fat arms?
She has had a psychological break. Oh my god. Oh my god. She has bingo wings. Fuck.
Bingo! Okay, so let your imagination be your guide to an enchanted realm beyond your dimension, a land unseen by most until now.
Also, I was right. She just did a different version of the Beetlejuice chant. You remember Beetlejuice from the old 90s TV show? But let's continue.
Hey Luna, hey Georgie, hey Mimsy, hey Piper. So glad to
Oh,
see you
God.
again. Oh, I get busy with my activism sometimes, but I'll always come back. So, what's our plan for today? Or will we just be hanging out while you tell us a story? Oh no, we were just on our way out, and you two are more than welcome to join us.
Let's see.
We're headed over to the church to do an interview for a local heroes article.
Okay, no. We're not gonna do this. We're gonna skip to Paisley Lane.
Happily ever after.
Whew.
And now it's time for a walk down Paisley Lane.
Hey there, friends and fellow travelers. I'm Paisley Lane, and welcome to a walk down Paisley Lane. I've been listening to what Mimsy has to say, and have a few things I would like to add. I would like to teach you to recognize the tricks, traps, and bad habits that cause you to unintentionally harm yourself and others. And let me
Let's
offer
hear
you
that.
information
Let's
to
hear this shit.
understand how you are subconsciously working against your own best interest. And when you're aware of these sabotaging behaviors, you'll be able to better navigate towards a brighter future. So let's
Oh
talk-
god, no. I can't anymore. I fucking can't anymore. Oh god. So shit. Guys, I will have to say this. What the fuck is wrong with this motherfucker? I just really think that she has a psychological break, and she's using the puppets, and her daughter is hasn't tried to commit her how do you shit talk yourself as far as a puppet? God damn it. Oh god. Yeah. No, guys. I just want to thank everybody who's watched today. And it's been fun today. I may get on a little bit later. I got up early this morning. I'm gonna take my ass a nap right quick. Shit. I may actually just have an open video stream with me just actually doing some gaming later. But I want to thank everybody who sat back and watched. Please, guys, if you haven't already, subscribe, follow on my Twitch or Facebook page. I thank you guys. I couldn't have done it without you guys. It's been fun, and man, as we always do at this time, thank you for watching, and
What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism?
Yeah. I'm probably afraid of that, because then people don't hate each other, and people start talking to each other, and then they start talking to each other, they find out who's the problem.
Which is?
Greedy people.
Greedy. I have a couple things I want to ask you there. Do you really think that some of the guys that you dealt with at NBC, no names, right? Because there's lawsuits for that too, that some of these guys really want to promote racism actively, or is it a subconscious?
I just think it's part of capitalism, is to promote racism, right? in order to make things work. If you feel better because you're white and you can get a job, you use that. I mean, you know, I would.
Absolutely.
Say, I'm sorry, Jack, but shit, they say I'm white. I'm going to use this.
Right, absolutely.
Get this job. I'm hungry, you know. But, and that separates people. So they keep people separated, and that keeps them from thinking about the real problem. That's as simple as I see it. Probably it's not that simple, but...
Now, all right, you and I are about the same age, right? We're in our mid-30s. How long is it going to take before guys who think like you, and I say guys who think like me, people who don't want to have racism in the country, people who don't want to be oppressing any minority, whatever it is, sexual, whatever minority, really get into positions of power and can change things?
You can't get in a position of power, it seems, if you think like that. It seems that the only time you get in a position of power is if you're like the people that are in power. To me, I mean, that's the way it goes. I mean, people that get